Hello everybody, happy almost Valentine's Day. It's Monday the 13th. So my time is running out, so I'm going to do the kitchen, and then after I get this one uploaded, then I'll do the living room Valentine tour. And that's all I did. I did not do downstairs because I just haven't, with being sick and all, Christmas is still up mostly down there. So I've got to work on that, and I couldn't work on it. I was trying to get things done up here, before our son came in for the visit. So I hope you'll forgive me that I'm not doing Valentine's down there, but I definitely will do spring and Easter downstairs. Before I get started, I'm going to go on and do my shout outs first while I have my paper right here in front of me so I won't forget anybody. Okay, the first one, and a lot of you I know already watch her, Susan at the old Sew in Sew. She is awesome. She is a big thrifter. She does a lot of do-it-yourself things. She goes to a lot of antique places, Goodwill, and she's just a lot of fun to watch. I love Susan. So that's Susan at the old so-and-so. Then Marla Cain, Raising Cain, C-A-I-N. She is another big thrifter, and she has a house full of wonderful thrifted items and vintage items, and I know you'll enjoy her channel also. Now and then on this side, Buffalo Check Chicks. I've mentioned her numerous times, but she lost her mother recently, so she could be remembered in our prayers, because you know how hard it is to lose a loved one. And her mother lived with her, so it's doubly hard for her. So please remember Marlene at Buffalo Check Chicks. And then Kathy also shares the channel with her, so make sure you check them out if you haven't already. Then some new ones, June and the boys. She is a lot of fun Southern gal. She does cooking, she goes to Goodwill, she goes decorating, and as she says, she loves the Lord. So check out June and the boys. And then another channel I love is Jeanie, and her channel name is Sunflower Among Roses. So make sure you check her out. She's another big thrifter, and she loves to go to antique places. So her home is just lovely. So check her out. Then I have a couple more I'm going to go on and mention. Stacy at Blissfully in Season, and Kayla at Decor with Kay, and Homestead Hound, and that's Erin. I'll put all these names in my description box. Those last few are newer channels. And then one more on the newer channels is Christie's Mobile Home Diary. She's another thrifter, and we all love to get these great items thrifting. And she displays them in her mobile home. And to look at it, you would never know it's a mobile home. It's decorated so beautifully. And then I do have two garden channels. Jes is the name of her channel, Jes. She's a younger young lady, and she is an awesome gardener. And she just works so hard in her gardens, and they're just beautiful. And it's going to be flower garden soon. So I wanted to mention her. And then another one is Leah's at Garden Happy. And if you look at her gardens, you're going to be happy, because her garden is colorful, and she is just an enthusiastic woman, and I love to watch her too. So please check out these channels, and I'll mention some more the next time. Okay, first of all, y'all know where I like to start. And I'm sorry that it's kind of dark, but I had to put the shades down because there was such a glare that you couldn't see anything. There's lots of vintage over here and Ray Dunn. So I'll come over here and show you this closer. Of course, right here, lots of plants where I had to bring lots of them in to keep them alive. And my Christmas cactus started blooming the end of December, and it just finished blooming. So it was gorgeous. Down here I have a lot of my vintage pieces. and Ray Dunn. And up on this shelf, I always have my marshmallow tin out because I just love all our marshmallow tins. And those are vintage hankies. And then the red doily is the one that my subscriber and friend made us. And those plates in the back came from Home Goods several years ago, and they are English. And right here, and I forgot to turn the light on it, that's that beautiful pink depression glass creamer that I got at a sale this year. And then here is that adorable little piece. It's a reproduction. And there's the cute Lori Mitchell. I just think they are precious. That's the only Valentine ones I have. And then there is love spelled out with Scrabble letters. And there's another one of our precious little vintage Valentine bells on another hanky. And Ray Dunn. And a couple more cute angels. And that's that little vintage oil lamp that I got at a sale. I think that was in the fall. And the plates in the back, those are also made in England. Then right here are our royal baking powder tins. And another one of the oil lamps I got the same time I got the pink one. And there's the precious little February. That's John coming in, getting cleaner. He's cleaning on something outside. And then all of our vintage tins. And this sweet little vintage angel. I just love them. And of course, our wonderful Thorns English toffee tins. And up here on the top shelf is another campfire marshmallow. And that picture is Terremoto. The polka dot one is made in Italy. And I have the Love Nest birdhouse sitting on some vintage books. And that's another piece of Terremoto. So I just love everything that's on here. I'm trying to back up so I don't fall over something. And on the table, I brought up our one and only candy scale. We got this years ago, and it is such a beautiful piece. And I think this was when our son was in college, and our son is 55, so that tells you how long ago it was. And I think back then we paid, seems like it was around $40 for it, which was a steal back then and really a steal now. And there's a vintage Valentine and another little vintage Valentine with the cardinals. And here's my 2-tier tray. Of course, there's Annalise. And the sweet little bear with the chocolate. And another vintage Valentine. And some Ray Dunn. And there's some old silver pieces in that cup. So we'll go over here first. Here's the other tier tray, and I love this vintage tin. We've had that for years. And a sweet Anna Lee. And there's some of the copper cookie cutters we got at that estate sale. And these were the ones that were not Christmas, so I put them in the bowl. And a red birdhouse down there. And here are some of my plants in those copper pots that we got this summer. And the pretty little Valentine tree. And I know it's a glare on it. I'm so sorry for that. And some more vintage kitchen items down there. More of my rolling pins. And here's the other two of those precious little sunbonnet pictures we got. Do y'all remember that we got those at that sale that I said those people had to be a hoarder? The way the house and yard looked. They had some really good stuff though, and we got some good things that day. And a lot more vintage items through there. And here is that awesome vintage chicken print we got. John had to do a little repair, and he took it apart and cleaned it and had to add some more gold to the frame, but I just love it. And I have it here with my 2 chicken and rooster paintings that we've had for years and years. Love them. And there's our old scale, and of course there's lots more Annalise. And I just put some red hearts in the gumball machine. And there's that wonderful black rooster. And there's that other antique picture that usually hangs where the chicken ones are right now. And I love this piece of Johanna Parker. Friend got that for us this year. That one we had from last year. And there's the miniature wire egg baskets that I've had for a long time. I got that scale last year at a sale. Another precious Annalise. And that's my only Valentine blue sky house. I just think it's gorgeous. And I ended up keeping that chicken just like it was because it ended up blending in just fine. If I decide later I want to paint it, that's fine. But right now, it's serving its purpose. And another vintage hanky. And y'all saw this area, except for those sweet birds. That was part of a Valentine gift from a friend. Aren't they adorable? I'm going to use those for Easter too. But y'all saw all of this in a separate video. And y'all saw this covered in a separate video. Hard to believe it's almost time to take it all down again. I'll be doing St. Patrick stuff in the part of the kitchen and Easter in part of the kitchen. And then once St. Patrick's Day is over, I will do all Easter and spring. My friend that gave me those sweet birds also brought us this gorgeous calla lily with variegated leaves. And of course, you know Mr. Pig had to come out, along with our wonderful old scale and scoop and another sweet Valentine. And that is another super old tin. Peels, that's life right there. But I love all this area. It's done with all vintage pieces. Look at that sweet Valentine back there, the little Scotty dog. And that Sultana peanut butter tin, that's a wonderful vintage piece. And there is the Davis baking powder along with the Davis baking powder biscuit cutter we got at that estate sale. And y'all might remember I got that muffin tin at a sale this past year too. And there's that rooster with the measuring spoons. Love that. And that wonderful cow creamer and that red and white oval vintage plate. Let me see if I can get back so you can see the top shelf. I love all these vintage goodies. And over here, there's that Billy Jacobs print we got at a yard sale. And some of our vintage cocoa tins and a baking powder tin. Ray Dunn. More of our awesome old tins. And that precious little Valentine. And in this cupboard is Ray Dunn mostly. and a little bit of terremoto. And y'all know I love putting all our vintage planters for the holidays that we have them for right here. And of course their own some vintage hankies. And there's just terremoto. That's Polish stoneware in there. And up here, I have the vintage pitcher and the teapot and those pieces of Longaberger that I got at Goodwill for 99 cents. They match perfectly, so that's where I put those. And the big old metal milk bottle. I put it above all these Roanoke Dairy pieces, which is a local dairy. And I'll show you these two little pieces in a haul one day this week. Okay, that is all of the kitchen tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back soon with the living room tour. If I don't get the living room tour up today, I'll do it in the morning. Love and blessings to all of y'all, and please check out those channels I mentioned. I love them all, and I think you will too. Till the next time, bye-bye.